Good morning, my friends. This is the Grim Flayer. I hope you're doing very well today. Welcome to another Modern Donation League. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. It was actually supposed to go down last week, but we had to reschedule. However, I'm happy that we are doing it today, and who knows, maybe it will even behoove us to have waited a week because we were just talking about this. This deck's on everybody's radar, but things change so fast online that maybe there's a ton of hate for it like 3 days ago. Maybe now we'll be a little bit in the clear. Anyway, when I say we, I'm referring to myself and Patreon supporter Will, an all-around awesome guy. He's a great part of the community, done some commentary for our tournaments before. We love having him around. He's one of our many Rakdos fanatics on the Discord and in the community. And Will has had good success with this list since picking it up. You know, Aspiring Spike kind of popularized the basic shell. Will ran that once. He added a couple of Magmatic Channelers to it and then proceeded to 5-0. So, Will, how are you today, my friend? And why don't you take us through this list and show us anything you'd like to highlight here?
Cool. Yeah, doing good this morning, Grim. Thanks for having me. So I had 5-0'd like 2 weeks ago with a more mid-range Rakdos build and brought up in Discord that I was looking for kind of a more aggressive slanted build with Dragon's Rage Channelers and Ragavans. And I don't remember who it was, sent me a link to the list Spike was playing. I think it was the first day he had played it. He was still playing like Whispers of Emrakul.
Yeah, gotcha.
Very early iteration. So from there, I tested that build. I think I 3-2'd. You know, it felt fine, but Whispers was clearly the worst card.
Right.
So I just swapped the Whispers for Magmatic Channeler. I think I trimmed back one Tourach for something, but I don't remember. This was like 2 weeks ago when this happened.
Ancient history, right? Yeah.
At this point, it feels like it's changed a bit since then. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of focused on the one drops and then getting a lot of value off of Dragon's Rage Channeler and Ragavan, whether it's stealing cards or putting yourself ahead on mana, or just completely disrupting your opponent by ripping lands off the top when they need them, or you know, taking valuable spells.
Filling up our graveyard, getting some card selection. Like, yeah, it's amazing what these one drops can do.
Channeler on one, followed by Bauble and Thoughtseizure and Inquisition. You've got 4 or 5 cards in your graveyard at that point. You're
exactly
starting to apply a lot of pressure both to your opponent's hand and to the life total. Obviously a Lurrus deck, so no permanents over 2, but you do have Tourach that can play as a 4-drop.
Yep. Croaks
even out of the graveyard. Yep. So it gives you kind of some bigger threats when you need them. I know a lot of people have kind of been testing Bob in place of Tourach, but I really like the card. I think when it's good, it's much better than a Bob would be. And you have places where you have other ways to gain card advantage.
Agreed. I understand testing Bob. I think this is a good Bob shell, but I also agree with you ultimately that Tourach is a super sweet fit for a shell like this. And you might look at it and say it's possible that we draw one too many discard effects. That is possible. But another way to look at it is like we almost never will fail to open on some kind of discard effect. We have 7 1-mana discard spells, 2 kicked Tourach potentialities, 3 copies of Kroxa, and then even the K command, non-targeted discard mode. So the depletion is absolutely off the charts here. And we've known for a while now that the red-black pairing for interaction is really, really powerful. In the recent past, this has been paired with Blood Moon, and Blood Moon in turn has paired well with Channeler, because Channeler's selection, fishing for the moon, pitching it when we don't have it, and just generally being a way to guarantee that you can find some way to close out the game while your opponent's locked out by moon, that has all come together really well. We don't have the moon here, but we have more efficiency. We probably have more X for 1 potential, even than the Spyro version of the Boomer mid-range deck. And we also just have such lethal efficiency. I'm a big fan of it, and I'm happy to see the 2 channelers in here, despite the fact that I think she's best with Moon. I think she adds some good consistency, rounds out, beefs up the threat suite a little bit. I love the list, man. So
When you have
yeah, go ahead.
when you have both channelers in play, and you're able to, even if it's just off a bobble, see a card with Dragon's Rage, then pitch a card. You're just getting so much selection. You're seeing, 4 or 5 cards
Yeah,
for basically no mana.
the amount, like, if we just look back even like 2 years ago, red had almost no card advantage or selection, and now we have insane amounts of both. Maybe that's a topic for another time, talking about power creep and the blurring of the color pie, but like it's undeniably powerful. A couple other things that I think are super cool are the snow-covered basics here, because if we happen to snipe any opposing snow threats with Dauthi Voidwalker, or Ragavan will want to be able to maximize their power. And also, Shizo and Shinka, I'm probably mispronouncing those names, but these Kamigawa block lands are extra cool. Target legendary creature gains first strike or fear, respectively. We have 4 Ragavan, 3 Kroxa, 2 Tourach, and a Lurrus. Quite the legendary creature suite, so these are really cool additions. A Locthwain, a Graven Cairns for fixing, and an Urborg. These utility lands just delight me. So this is cooler than playing Blood Moon. We get to play all this cool stuff, right? And then in the side, we've got some other cool cards like Unholy Heat in the main deck. But the sideboard, I would like you to spend a moment on here, Will, if you would, please. Just take us through it, line by line. Tell us why these are the best selections in your view.
All right, so you got 3 Shattering Sprees and 2 Moons first there. Sprees obviously pretty clear. A lot of artifacts running around right now, from Affinity to Asmodex to, there's just a lot of matchups where they can come in, as we were discussing. As we are getting everything put together.
Yep.
Even having it turn 1 on the draw versus trying to hit a map is pretty solid. As opposed to just being on the play and being able to discard it, you're kind of getting the same exchange there.
Yeah, exactly.
Then the Alpine Moon's obviously hitting big mana, hitting Amulet, hitting Urza's Saga is kind of the main reason it's here, as it just blows it up.
Yes.
It also comes in more matchups than you think, but a lot of those decks are kind of running. Urza's Saga is kind of the one common component that tells you when you want it and when you don't.
Absolutely. I've regarded Alpine Moon as like close but not quite for most mid-range decks for quite a while now, but now the absolute prevalence of Urza's Saga makes this just about best in class, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, they can't run any of them out into it. It just dies and they get nothing off of it.
It's pretty cool.
Then you got 1 Terminate there as kind of catch-all, mostly for decks running Murktide Regent, but obviously it can come in other matchups as well.
Yeah, notably good against blue-red prowess too. Yep.
It's so rarely smaller than 6/6.
Yep.
Murktide Regent is. Mm-hmm. Feed the Swarm, kind of to try and catch some hate pieces. We're testing this one. I've played it through like half a league with it. Haven't drawn it, so we're just kind of testing this. Cards like Leyline, Rip, are just this deck really wants its graveyard to at least be there, even if it's not usable. Having Unholy Heat turned on is kind of a big deal
for sure.
Pyrite Spellbomb, this is kind of a hedge to Sanctifier and back. That card is a brutal beating. No matter when it comes down, as it just takes everything out of it. Out of your graveyard, you can't put anything back.
Yeah.
So,
it's just absolutely, locking our deck out in so many ways. I love this call. This was your call, Will. Absolutely love it. And also another Lurrus loopable, not to be discounted.
And you get in some weird situation where maybe there's a bridge in play and you just start burning the face for 2 a turn.
Exactly. The Lantern Control win con. We're on that plan.
So we were discussing this before. This Mirror and then Chalice for the free spell decks. Obviously, you don't ever want to run a Chalice out on 1, as you just lock out half your deck. But having Chalice on 0 and then having Void Mirror just really shuts down these free spell decks that want to cascade into Living End or Footfalls.
Yeah, and they serve kind of different roles as far as being optimal, even though there's a lot of overlap. Like Chalice on 0 allows you to, of course, curve out normally without having taken a turn off to play your hate piece. Void Mirror, probably does more against a wider variety of matchups. So we discussed the difference. Our friend the Dogfish recommended Chalice, said Chalice is surprisingly good relative to Void Mirror, so we settled on a 1-1 split.
And you've got Void Mirror can also come in versus Etron.
Oh, yes, it can, and it will.
Do not bring in Void Mirror and Alpine Moon. I had that happen to me where I was like, all right, I'll just bring in 3 hate pieces. The odds of me having both of them are super thin. Well, of course I had both of them.
Of course.
We're testing 2 spell bombs. I had been running 1. I think was running 4 Voidwalker. And no Grave Hate in the sideboard. I kind of just like having a little variance and a little variety in how we're hating on the graveyard. And like I know the Lurrus loopable.
Yeah, absolutely agreed there. And then finally 2 EE, which notably can take care of Sanctifier just like Spellbomb can, but obviously big X for 1 potential here too. So yeah, very excited to play this with you, Will. Thank you very much for your support and for joining me here today and for making the schedule work. Will and I are bringing the dad energy here. We're both dads. It's not easy. It's not easy to find a time where we're both free, but we're going to make it happen here for you today. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks to all other Patreon supporters as well. Let's play one of the most powerful decks in Modern. Let's have some fun with Monkey Midrange. Let's go. Okay, we are on the draw with a depletion hand in a Lurrus mirror. Will, we're keeping this one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes. It is
just a
the
mirror. Yeah. The mirror I found often comes down to who can get hit with a monkey first.
Yeah, definitely. Bobble ourselves for a little selection here.
Yeah, that's what I'll...
A little worse against the opponent's potential discard next turn, but I think we can still take the upsides, even if that downside presents itself, and shuffle away that 4th land. I think we probably do what they did and take their Voidwalker here.
Yeah. If they don't, it's a good draw. If they don't take the thought seeds from us, which I'm assuming they will, maybe not now with Channeler. I was saying get that out of hand so that we can protect our Lurrus when it comes to hand.
Yeah. Interesting here. They still might take the Thoughtseize just because bolts kill Darcy pretty easily. And yeah, you're right. They show us a land we did not know about. Okay, slam a Croxa here, eh?
I think so, yeah.
Seems real good. I wonder if it was even necessary. I kind of instinctively shuffled that 4th land away, but...
You'll find another one. I would have definitely gotten rid of it.
Yeah.
There's 1 bolt.
So they do value the 3rd land with Lurrus around. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but they're just going to get it here unless they get off the top. Yep.
All right, we've got our 4th land lined up as well. So with that in mind...
They don't have a rebuy target.
Pardon me?
They don't have a target they can rebuy with their Lurrus.
No, they don't. So I think it makes a good amount of sense to play Croxa DRC here.
Yeah. Let's say just run the hand out.
Yep.
Do we know that they have a 4th land or just that one?
We do. They have Shinka in hand. Shinka, Bolt, Lurrus is their hand.
Yeah, I think it puts us in a good spot where even if they kill Darcy, play Lurrus, we're just escaping Croxa.
Yep. And they pitch their bolt here. Alrighty. There's a bauble. Yeah.
I would probably keep this because right now they don't have any targets for their Lurrus to buy back beside this one Voidwalker, and then getting a Voidwalker in play keeps them from, getting a bobble or something.
That's an interesting call. I think I can go with that.
Woodwalker creates some weird situations where people kind of play it, like try and feed the graveyard for Croxes, not thinking about the Voidwalker being in play, and they just can't.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. So I think we lose everything besides the other Croxa here because we've got a bauble to put back.
You want to go ahead and attack it with this map DRC while you have
Oh, yeah,
Delirium.
you're absolutely right while we have Delirium. Yep. Hey, good call.
Just saves you a step at least. Just goes ahead and jumps in there for you.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Preventing us from carpal tunnel. Saving those valuable clicks.
Yeah, we're in a good spot.
I'd say so. Okay, they draw Unholy Heat. They have Delirium. It's a beautiful basic mountain. I absolutely love it.
Do they still have Delirium now? Is there another creature in there? Nope. I thought
Whoa,
so.
yeah, the punts. Okay.
Yeah.
Croxa too strong, and that's the concession. Hey, I almost forgot about Delirium too, so no shade from my end. But, yeah. That was a nice, very comprehensive win. I agree with you that we were in a good spot even before that, but that didn't help. That didn't hurt us. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, when I saw them reach, when I saw that heat, I was like, I gotta cast it before.
Yep, you gotta cast it before. So I think Spellbomb and Terminate are our best, and then we're probably considering a lot of these. How do you like to approach the mirror? Are we moving off of Thoughtseize here?
Move off a little bit of discard, but I still like to have some of it. I probably just trim all the Thoughtseize.
I agree.
And then I don't really normally bring in E in this matchup. It's just kind of, they kind of have a mix of ones and twos. You're not ever going to get like a 3-for-1 really. And I mean, it could be fun, but it's just not where I want to be. I kind of like where you are right here with just a Terminate and 2 Spellbomb.
I do hear you. I do respect what your call is here. I think this is a good 60. Allow me to briefly make the case for playing 1 or 2 EE anyway over 1 or 2 Tourach. I think that's pretty good in this particular mirror where the pro-white isn't relevant. We kind of, especially on the draw, can't necessarily expect to have the kicker be a big blowout too often.
Yeah, nobody's going to have a bunch of cards in hand.
Right. So do you like...
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay. 1 EE I think is best. Then do you want to play the second EE or a Feed the Swarm?
They're not going to run Leyline. They're not going to run any of the cards that's really there for. I mean, it is just an extra kill spell, so
Yeah.
it's fine in theory. I don't think we want to get clunked up with a bunch of EEs. Yeah, I think Feed the Swarm probably makes a little more sense.
Cool. I am so down. Let's go. Oh, they're taking the draw.
This is something I brought up to you the other day in chat after it happened during one of the challenges where Sparring Spike's opponent, who was playing basically this deck, but with a white splash, took the draw and ended up winning that game. And he was like, I feel like this came down to, them having an extra card
Yeah,
in a,
I
very
can
resource
respect
heavy.
it for sure. I'm inclined to keep this one lander because with
Yeah.
yeah, okay, cool.
Because even if they, if we bobble and see something that we do want, so we can't deploy a threat, you still got Unholy Heat to kill a dash Ragavan or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, maybe I didn't understand what you just said. It sounded like you were saying we bobble with our fetch land,
Yeah,
bobble before our fetch land. I was thinking we go fetch Darcy bobble. Is that wrong?
that's another way to do it. Yeah,
Because
for sure.
we kind of get the same selection anyway, or
Sure.
similar selection, arguably better selection. So that was my inclination. Are you down with that?
No. That sounds good.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
cool.
agree.
Opponent mulls to 6. We love that.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were we were on the play here.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it does make the keep a little riskier, but again, this selection I think is making it worthwhile. All right, we'll bin that and just kind of
Value there too.
yeah,
Put the Crux in the graveyard.
seems good.
If you have a target for this heat, the DRC is delirious in turn two.
That's pretty awesome. No target. So now we just got to draw black land off the top to be really curving out here.
Yeah.
If not, we'd take any like proactive play. Then never mind, we don't need it. Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Are we dashing? Are we getting frisky? There's a lot of good hits.
I kind of like dashing right here.
I kind of do too. But
Gives you the mana to cast heat if you need it. I would dash right here for sure.
sounds good. Okay. We don't get extremely rewarded, but as you say, having that treasure is just big, big game in general. I mean,
Just,
possibly denying them that land is relevant. We'll see.
a mana advantage here is huge where you
Yeah.
want to be able to go get Lurrus and put things in play.
So are we looking for the heat right now at the first priority window, or should we untap?
No, yeah, I would kill it now. I mean, just because you have things you want to do.
Yep.
I kind of want this.
I think we need it. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we're cooking. We're cooking.
Trying to dash the monkey there is tempting, but as soon as he gets killed, you're just kind of, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's super tempting because it lets you get, another hit in, see another card.
Yeah, I think we
think
read
kill
them
it
pretty strongly for
bad.
removal there,
Yeah.
but I certainly agree. All right, so we know about their Verdant Catacombs. They play Bobble, and they're bobbling themselves. Shuffling
I want
away.
it.
Ooh, another beauteous basic.
These are nice.
Real nice.
I'm guessing one of the cards in their hand is a discard spell.
Interesting call. That could very well be.
Try and go after the Lurrus if you go get it here.
Yeah, I could see that. Do we just go to attacks first?
You can we're kind of on the front foot, make them do something here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We don't know anything in hand.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we haven't discarded yet. Okay.
I think I think passing holding up K command is okay here. I think playing Nihil Spellbomb's okay as well, but mana efficiency is kind of important right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're kind of looking to me, I would hold up K command to try and discard rebuy the Ragavan probably.
Yeah,
But the other side
that's
is you could play the Spellbomb and crack it on them to try and find a fourth land to get Kroxa. So
exactly. All right, Lurrus into hand. So
the sketchy part here is you have the kill spell for the Lurrus.
you're right, but we can buy back
I think you can
Ragavan, dash
Kroxa.
it, and play Spellbomb
Yeah.
to clear out the graveyard for Lurrus and crack it for a draw. So I still think this is the good play, especially because we're time walking ourselves if we don't. But I do
And
agree with you.
you also have a Unholy Heat exile from Voidwalker to
Good point.
kill Lurrus.
All right. Do you want to attack with Voidwalker here or hold up that Unholy Heat?
I mean, they have a DRC in graveyard, and then
Yeah. So we can just attack, play Spellbomb, hold up Spellbomb.
yeah, let's just go that route.
All right.
Stay
Could get a little
proactive.
complicated if we find something we really want to cast with Ragavan, but we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. It's another
Perfect.
land. Okay, fair.
So if we crack this here, obviously we want to draw the card, but it keeps us a fourth mana in play. Crap, that's not good.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. But now we don't have to crack it,
Yep.
potentially. Oh, goodness. Okay. Seems pretty bad, but, like, we can just break the mirror with Kroxa, and I think at this point
Yeah,
that's
'cause-
what we do.
Yeah. I think they wanted to likely try and get their Lurrus in play. Okay, never mind. There it is.
There it is, indeed. Okay. Welp,
They have no target right now.
right. So that resolves. We could crack the Spellbomb, get 2 looks at a land, and that's the highest upside play, or we can untap, get 1 look at a land, and that's the safer play, because it guarantees we escape Kroxa. Also, the opponent is at 8.
They have no
And
way.
They're
Yeah.
going to 2 next turn if we attack with
And-
Voidwalker.
Well, you can just sack the Voidwalker and kill the Lurrus right here.
Yeah,
too.
that too. So we just untap, right?
You can just untap. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, they have Ragavan going back to hand. Man, these are complicated to keep track of every little thing going on in these mirrors. All right, we draw Feed the Swarm too. That's good.
We'll lose the Ragavan though. If you escape Kroxa.
What?
So what
Sorry,
I'm
I didn't
thinking
hear
is-
what you first said.
They'll lose the Ragavan.
Yeah.
So we can make them empty-handed with no Lurrus here.
Yeah, so you want to do that? Just get Ragavan and then use Unholy Heat to kill Lurrus?
I think that's the.
Okay.
They also don't have Delirium if they hit an Unholy Heat.
Good call, good call. Alrighty. So I suppose we leave Bauble Ragavan. Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Very, very, very good position, and that is the match. Croak's a significant mirror breaker in both games. And yeah, well navigated, man. Like I said, there's a lot of little things to keep track of, so well done, GG's. And, obviously mirrors come down to a lot of variance and luck, too. We, I think, had that on our side a bit, but we'll take it, right?
Yep, good start.
Okay. Another companion mirror. We are against Kahira, the Orphan Guard. We're on the draw. OP keeping. We'll keep, but
Too exciting.
a lot of these decks that play this companion can be expected to put a good amount of pressure on us, right? So
This keep is kind of, I would have kept it too, but given, if they're playing elementals, it's kind of dangerous.
Exactly. And awkwardly, we can't even really select well with Bauble unless we want to consider just not thought seizing this turn, because we only have fetch lands. So Rogran Trio makes me think it's probably not elementals, but it still could be, I guess. Just deciding what land to fetch for to thought seize with.
I think you just play a Mire, fetch Swamp, thought seize, or probably Bauble first to get some more information.
Yeah, true. We can bauble them and see another land. Okay. I think there is a decent chance this companion's just like a free roll, right? And they're not playing, but we'll see. Oh, never mind. It is absolutely elementals, so just take these voices, eh?
Yeah, take voice. Damn.
Oof. Both players flooding, at least. But, yeah. Okay.
And at least lets us almost curve out.
We could actually just play him right now. Not the worst pro-white here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Only thing about him being pro-white.
I think we should.
Yeah, because then you can just thought seize next turn.
Yeah, and K-Command will grow him too. So make sure I got the hand tracked correctly. We are caught up. All right.
Wow.
Ooh, come on, deck. All right, do we go for the efficiency here of K-Command?
Yeah, I think so. Because then next turn we can go by the Lurrus and thought seize.
Yep. All right. I think we take this attack.
Yeah, let's go. We're not in great shape. We know we have that solitude, so
Yep.
it's likely gonna die at some point.
That's the one we hate to see.
I think there's like 2 versions of elementals, maybe 3 right now. That's not bad.
Could be okay. We'll begin with the thought seize though to let us guarantee a hit. Ooh, okay. So Inquisition not taking either of those. We'll just have to wait to save it for Kahira. So it's actually an interesting call as to what to take, right? Because
I think it's got to be the solitude here. Them bouncing stuff back, obviously not good, but we want to at least keep the stuff out of exile.
Sure, understood.
They have a land to cast it next turn, so.
And now we got to sit back here.
Yep.
Risen Reef, just a nightmare unanswered, though.
Yeah, it's super dangerous. Okay. Man, we have drawn terribly.
Very bad.
Like insanely bad. I think we've
Yeah.
drawn 2 spells,
Yeah.
but we'll start looping bobble.
Yeah, I mean, Subtlety is gonna put Lurrus on top.
Yeah, you can stay there.
I'm just wondering if there is any scope to just doing nothing here. If we do nothing, then next turn we can Lurrus and then just... I mean, hopefully we'll draw something else to kind of clear the way for Lurrus is what I'm thinking, but... So, the problem with... Oh, okay, well, no, maybe this is good, right? Because then we can turn on our Inquisition this way and take whatever they find off Risen Reef if we force the action right now. Okay. Alright, so they did put something in hand.
Also at 9 too.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Gross.
Horrible, horrible matchup here, I think, unfortunately.
This is rough.
Yeah. That was such a perfect draw for them, it's unreal.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
As you say, though, our draw's certainly not helping. Oh my god. Oh god. Oof.
We're 2 here. Let's get this thing out. Let's go to round 2.
Yeah, I'm
They're attacking for 7 here. They
I'm
can bolt
with
us.
you there.
We're just dead, actually.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrifying. So... we like our kill spells, and... I don't know how much we want to play around early Ephemerates. Probably not too much. I mean, you tell me what you think, but I think, like, an honest to goodness, like, kill their stuff, be proactive type of plan is good.
You might want the Pyrite Spellbomb, because it can kill some of their creatures.
I like this Spellbomb a lot, for sure. You think their curve is too high and diverse for EE to be good?
Yeah. I mean, we only saw one creature that it can kill.
Yeah. In the past, Elementals leaned a little into the graveyard. This version doesn't look like it does quite so much. We'll probably leave Spellbomb out until we see a little bit more. Thoughtseize is strangely okay here.
If I was trimming discard, it'd be Inquisition.
Yeah, I could even... Well, I'm not even sure we should, right? But if we are, I agree. You know, the thing is we don't really have bad cards here.
I would trim like 1 Bobble, 1 Voidwalker here.
I was just looking at 1 Voidwalker, and yeah, I could see a Bobble, or going down 1 more discard on the play. One of the two.
Yeah.
Let's maybe do that, and then on the draw we could bring 1 back.
Yeah.
Looks fine.
Yeah. We definitely like to have a kill spell, but I think this will work. It lets us get on board.
Yep.
I don't think they'll have. I think Solitude's probably their only way to kill a Magmatic Channeler, and that card filtering seems really good. Right here.
Yeah, agreed. Notably, they did not declare a companion.
I have no idea what that means.
I'll be honest, I don't either.
What creatures could they have brought in that would have? Let's find out.
Yeah, you gonna look up a list? Or oh, you mean with the Thoughtseize? Yep.
But yeah, I was looking at the list.
Cool. All right, they've got a 2-lander, but Utopia Sprawl, a functional 3rd land.
You have to
They
take
have
Sanctifier.
Sanctifier. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably just can't look past that.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
Got
rough
it.
as it is, much would like to set him back on Sprawl.
Mm,
Kind of have to take it.
yeah. And that's maybe we have to bring in EE post side. It looks better against Sprawl and Sanctifier than it did in game 1. So maybe we bring in EE game 3. But
And we did have the Pyrite Spellbomb.
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in. But still more outs might not be bad. Ragavan,
For sure.
interesting. What do you like here?
I would probably get Magmatic Channeler down.
I can respect that. Let's go for
I
it.
don't think there's really anything we're going to want to cast off their deck to make Ragavan, particularly useful.
Yeah.
Obviously, the mana damage is nice.
But yeah, we need a little more selection, I agree.
What is up, YouTube?
Ye old draw 2. All right. Okay, we got a Croxa.
Or
So do we like putting Croxa in the bin, trying to find a different spell here?
you've also just got like Dash Ragavan, put a Voidwalker in play.
Yeah, we've got a lot of lines. Even playing Croxa is not bad right here because, like, one of the things we're selecting for is removal, which is not good right now. We could get rewarded with like a discard spell or something. Lots of lines. We could also just
And-
like play Voidwalker Ragavan 2
Yep.
and
Yeah.
just swing for 1. Do
Honestly,
have-
kind of like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
with the Solitude hand, if they wanted to get really aggressive, they could just immediately exile our Croxa. Granted, that gives us a 3-for-1.
Yep, but still, I hear you.
Kind of like just swinging for 1 and getting the other 2 threats in
Kind
play.
of do too.
Well, Graven Cairns making a tapping mana fun.
Exactly. Beautiful land. Whenever I play the filter lands, it makes me happy. Like, these are just so cool.
Yeah, definitely agree. The Future Sight or Inner Chaos, whichever one that one is.
Yeah, and even the other versions from Shadowmoor Block, I think those are cool too. All right.
They're certainly good for decks like ours where you've got pretty demanding color requirements.
Yeah, 2 colors, but demanding 2 colors, and also no scope to play colorless utility lands. Graven Cairns is a slam dunk. All right.
I would kind of be tempted to pitch a land off of Channeler here.
I
Because
think
then you
so.
still get to cast. Yeah, you get to cast your Kirk, so
Yep.
potentially put something off Dauthi.
Ooh, why don't we take and kick Tourach here? Um,
Agree.
yeah, okay.
And
Seems absolutely fantastic.
you can attack with everything too if they want to trade Ragavan for voice. I think we're all right with that.
That's probably okay.
Yeah.
But let's see what we can cast with Voidwalker. Because if we can like solitude away their Voice of Resurgence and then get in with Ragavan, that's even better.
Think there's any chance they evoke the Solitude here and go down to one card in hand? Yeah, wow.
Oh, they're gonna. Yep.
They
Okay.
did. Yep.
Yep. Exiling a Solitude with Solitude's ability.
Which means we have one Solitude,
Mm-hmm.
which we could.
Oh man.
You can
Oh,
use
they're
that
gonna.
now.
No, because they exiled the first one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They
they get
exile
exiled.
to evoke, so
Okay.
there's unfortunately
Yeah.
nothing. But this is still good for us, and on the whole, I guess. So, sure, we'll gain 3, which doesn't hurt. Oh,
Gross.
they have the Ephemerate, dude. Dude, Ephemerate's the most frustrating card. But we get some real good ones out of their hand anyway. But Ephemerate is just,
Else.
I hate it.
Let's gross.
Yep. And then what are they? Don't tell me. Oh, Nomnath off the top. Ah! Oh no. Just filthy. Alright. Fatal push. Fatal push. Fatal push.
Alright, so we can Croxa kill Amath.
Yeah, that's got to be the play. Pretty good find.
Yeah, it didn't look good initially, but
Yeah.
it's actually game 4 here.
Oh. The
It's so
spirit
odd
of
when you
Uro
see
lives
cards
on.
like when you see cards like Omnath, and then like how much they powered down the recent couple sets.
Yeah, exactly.
Which had like a year and a half of every set having a bunch of broken cards.
Mm-hmm. It really was just such a harrowing time to be like a traditional Magic player.
You know, 1 mana cryptic command. You know.
Yep. All right, we're facing some extreme progressions from the opponent. Our deck is keeping pace. I do have to say, we're putting up a
Find here when you get
good
Croxa
fight. Yeah, you're right.
or Bobble.
Okay, we fire that though.
Yeah.
We could definitely catch them with like a Risen Reef or something impactful in hand. Ephemerate, yeah.
Or that.
Tourach
huge.
grows, but we still can't really attack here. Well, I
He's
mean,
pro
they're
white.
lifelinking, so we just stay back, right?
Yeah. Get this Croxa and play next turn.
This is a pretty cool game, though. Yeah, Croxa next turn. Lurrus coming down the pipeline. OP breaking. All right. Okay. We have 2 good plays now. Do you still like Croxa?
Yeah, I think we just need to get them dead with that
That's-
Solitude in play until we can kill it. You know, it's kind of just a great target for them to ephemerate and
Yep,
blow
totally
our
fair.
board up.
Totally respect the call.
And I would probably I would probably attack with the Tourach here too.
Yeah,
Hit him
sure.
for 8. I had a game last night where I killed my opponent from 9 with a bridge in play with Croxa.
Oh man, that's awesome. Unfortunately, OP's just run an ephemerate.
God.
Which you just couldn't make up. But we're putting together a good turn too, so probably begin with attacks.
Yeah, make music. Yeah.
I'm not sure
Was
that
the
they
one?
should have let us attack first, though. But
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure.
Yeah, they're considering that a shame scoop, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we'll
mean, so
take
we're
it.
gonna go
We were
to
still definitely in that game, despite their perfect draw with Lurrus plus Bauble plus Channeler looking pretty good. Tourach looking great there, in a perfect spot, admittedly for him. That was a cool win, dude. So on the draw we
yeah, it
talked
was
about
not
bringing
we're
back.
gonna get there.
Yeah. On the draw, we talked about bringing back a Inquisition. We also might have more regard here for EE, given the known presence of Sanctifier, the Utopia Sprawl.
I think we only want one.
Okay.
They're just like there are so few targets. Yeah, Sanctifier's a big deal. But I think our best way to deal with it is just have discard early.
I respect that. So we got 2 cuts to make, potentially, or you could just play with like 5 discard again, but that runs counter to what you just explained, which I agree with.
I might look at the feed the swarm. We've already got a bunch of removal. It's not like we're hurting there.
Yeah, and like it kills big stuff, but it also we take 4 or 5 to kill the big stuff. So yeah, maybe that's just good. And
We can also kill that stuff with Unholy Heat.
true. Is Ragavan not at its best here? Could we go down to 3? Because you pointed
Yeah,
out how like a lot of the hits aren't particularly good for us to cast.
no, that's a great point. Yeah, the only thing you got to be wary of with this deck is getting too threat light, but I think 16's fine plus Lurrus.
Cool. All right, come on. Let's get this stupid deck. I never really liked playing against elementals in the past, but now it's just real bad.
I like playing against the black red version that just wants to bring back Skelemental over and over again. But
Yeah,
that's probably a little bit of personal bias towards Skelemental.
yeah, we love Skelly for sure. We're probably keeping this one lander, right?
Yeah, that's next thing off. I think we have to Thought Seize on one to try and catch a Sanctifier.
I think you're right.
Sucks because you love the turns where you can go DRC into Bobble and then have
Yeah,
Thought Seize on turn 2, and you
yep,
just generated so much value so quickly. Well,
exactly.
they don't have Sanctifier. Well, let's say Sprawl on white here.
Oh, okay. No white, so we don't necessarily have to Thought Seize, although we still could. Now we would be Inquisitioning. Ooh, this is a gut check moment, because like there's a lot of things we could hit that are important, like Risen Reef. We don't have early kill spells here. So basically, the way we get punished for not playing DRC is if there's no lands in the top 2 that we could otherwise filter toward. I'm a little
Yeah,
on the fence here.
I think I'm just Inquisitioning, running out of the Bobble and cracking it to try and make sure we hit our land drop.
Okay. Fair enough. So, they're about to draw a Heath.
We don't need a bunch of mana, but we do need 2 lands.
Take the voice here, eh? Or, well,
I'd take the Ephemerate because we can then next turn kill the voice, discard the Amath.
if we draw land, yeah. Okay, I
Yeah,
respect the blowout of Ephemerate. I'm
yeah,
just, nice. We hit it. Very good.
yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very good. We don't even need to kill the voice. We
We
could
don't need
even
to kill
go
the voice.
Darcy into Thoughtseize here,
Yeah,
which I think we should. Is that cool with you?
I totally agree.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Probably top and just accept that we're a little clunky. Well,
There,
huh. Interesting. I mean, that itself lets us surveil again, right? So that's an
yeah,
incentive to top it.
yeah, we keep that. It's not great, but we can keep it.
Yeah, agreed. All right, we're ripping OP's hand to shreds. Let's go. Their hand was Heath and Rainforest. They play the latter. Okay. So begin with push versus
So
bolt is a little tough here.
I think there's a consideration to so we have what in the graveyard we have sorcery artifact.
Yes.
So if we bolt their face and we find a creature, put it in the graveyard, we're then swinging for 6 and
I
putting
like
them
it.
to 11. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you don't want to bolt the voice, you want to bolt their face?
I mean, we can kill the voice with our push if we want to.
Right.
I mean, I'm just kind of like looking at this as if we can start swinging for 3, put them to 11 here.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It feels weird to not use a kill spell on a must kill. But we have K commands to eventually get it. All right. I'll follow your call here. I do think it's a good one. It's not you might be able to tell that I'm in pretty mid-rangey play patterns sometimes still. This gives us Delirium if we bin it too.
I think we just bin it and try and turn the corner and race them right here.
Okay.
Because I mean we have a Krog's in hand to cast next turn. If we want to kill the voice, we can. I don't know that I would kill this voice though, because right now we're going to be able to race it.
Well, I just think we should because we are never going to cast it if we don't cast it now with our hand.
The only thing I'm worried about is like an omnip.
Yeah, but we can't. We need a couple specific things to deal with that anyway, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we get to top this one. Nice. Beautiful.
Hold on. Yeah,
All right.
let's keep that one. Yeah, I like her position now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously they have some blowouts.
Sure do. But yeah, heads up call to bolt face. We'll see how it works, but I'm liking the call a lot where we sit right now.
Yeah, like this deck's just gonna be able to go over the top of us eventually. We just need to close this thing.
For sure. So are we gonna just attack pass, or do you like main phasing anything here?
So there's also the line of K command.
Shock
At
them.
this point, I would just
Yeah.
shock them. You might could even discard your Croak's Hood to get a surveil, and you're going to get a surveil, So if you find a land, you can just bring it back the next turn. That feels like a super greedy line.
I think it is maybe a little too greedy, but I love it. I think it's a really cool line to at least identify. Well, let's attack and see if they have...
It's just like immediately game winning.
You're right.
Because you're going to put them to 5 if we shock face here, which just does leave them dead anyway to the next turn. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to shock them. Shock them, discard them as a line. Maybe we just would do it at instant speed, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fine. They could... Well, they're probably not going to fetch main phase for any reason, but the main phase fetch could be a little dangerous for them if they, for some reason, needed to. All right, that's the game. Nicely navigated, dude. Your instinct to turn the corner there. My instinct in both cases was to grind through their 2-for-1s. Like, I had an instinct to take away voice with the Inquisition, and I also had an instinct to bolt the voice, but you're like, nah, take the Ephemerate, bolt face, and trust in Dragon's Rage Channeler to close the game. And it worked. And it worked. Now, granted, OP flooded, but we put together a lot of good disruption. Look at our graveyard. All that efficient 1-mana interaction. Inefficient 1-mana threat. Great times, man.
Yep. That felt good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, on we go to round 3. Alrighty. Wow, companions out and about today. But we are getting some pretty respectable opening hands. I dare say this is a sweet keep. Now, given that we're on the play, do we have any kind of scope to leading on Darcy into Bauble here?
I definitely would.
Yeah, you definitely would. I like it. In the blind against a Lurrus deck, basic Mountain is probably correct here, right? Because we have carrots for fixing.
Yeah, you got the carrots to fix it.
I think it only hurts us if we draw like Shinka as our third land potentially, and we need triple black or something, but that's fine.
Yeah, there's like 2 cards in the deck that need triple black.
Yeah, exactly. Also, is
thinking of like one is in hand.
Yeah, one is in hand, and then like Voidwalker into discard on turn 3 or whatever. But yeah, we'll take another Bauble. Or yeah, we take it, right? It's interesting, but I think we do just take it because we have.
Yeah, keep it. Okay. If it gave you a different type in the graveyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. Boros Charm. Whoa.
All right. Lotus Burn. Okay.
Down goes Darcy. We draw K command. Probably just have to play Voidwalker here.
Yeah, just to be as efficient as possible.
Yep.
Very likely gonna die, but that's 3 damage not at our face.
Yeah. Hopefully no what's it called? Searing Blaze or similar.
Yeah.
We kind of got to keep drawing threats here. If they do Searing Blaze it, though, we could, in theory, Searing Blaze them back at some point, and that's actually kind of cool, but it'd need a couple different turns of setup, and that's also pretty scary. All right, let's see what we find. Inquisition, and we knew, and Kroxa. All right, so no third land is rough. Do we just double discard here? Try to race? It's pretty poor, but like...
We're definitely not going to win the race, but I don't see any other line.
Yeah, me either. I guess we do that in the hopes that they flood, and then the next turn we can draw an untapped land, start killing their stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
We could also potentially hit a removal spell off of these, actually.
So I was going to say, if it's, if we find a spell here that we can cast, which we do.
Okay, so, okay. So we take Charm Skewer and then skewer away one of the threats. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. I think we kind of want the Goblin God to stay alive.
I was just going to ask you about that, but I think you're probably right, especially because, like...
We need it to help us here.
Yeah, we definitely need that to go our way. And, like, the Swiftsphere could blow out this K command as early as next turn, right? So it's another reason to just... Everything in our deck kills Goblin Guide no matter what, right? So...
Yeah.
Oh, very bad. No luck from the guide here. Lurrus going into hand, I assume.
They have a 4th land in hand, too. That's gross.
They do, but we can Kroxa something out of there. They might just pitch the Lava Spike. Or we can play Tourach to try to trade with Goblin Guide.
Yeah, I think I would just run the Tourach out here.
Yeah, it just feels bad because they can buy back, but... We just gotta stem the bleeding somehow. Finally, hopefully, draw a third land, and even so, we're just probably not getting there anymore.
I have to agree.
Oh, they got the Seal of Fire buyback. Fair. Still no third land. Alright, well, you can't beat Burn like this. I think we're dead, right?
We just scoop this thing up. Keep it trucking.
Agreed. Feels bad. We're not particularly prepared for Burn, sad to say, but we do have EEs and Terminates and a Pyrite Spellbomb, and we could consider maybe Nihil Spellbombs if they're better than bad cards because against their Lurrus plan. But,
well, we say all three Thoughtseizes are out.
For sure.
So you have, what, 6 cards over here?
Yeah, I think these 4 should be in first.
Sure.
Dauthi Voidwalker is relatively bad. Tourach, relatively bad. Oh, I could see, like, trimming one of each of these and playing a lone Spellbomb.
I'm following that. That makes sense to me.
Cool. All right, we kind of just, frankly, need to get a little bit lucky here to win 2 post-side games against Burn, but we'll give it a shot.
I've had good luck kind of racing it.
Yeah, I could see that, especially now that we know what we're against.
Both the Dauthis.
Both the Dauthis. This still might be a keep, though.
I think we kind of still have to.
The mana's painful. Yeah, it's a little rough all around, but I think, yeah.
If nothing else, it requires them to point a bunch of burn at creatures.
Exactly.
And we can always, if they don't immediately kill the channeler, get rid of a Voidwalker for something else.
Yeah, for sure. Path to Exile. No, Prismatic Ending. A much better outcome for them, but we draw another one. So are we going to go DRC into Spellbomb here? Or do you want to... Okay.
Yeah, let's do that one. Because we definitely want that third land at some point.
Yeah, agreed.
Plus something to kill creatures would be nice.
Okay. Alright. No Searing Blaze. This would be a great out to Eidolon.
Yeah. The best out Eidolon.
The best, for real. Looks to me like they maybe were about to play an Eidolon and now they're realizing that. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
They're like, this thing's just going to die? For nothing?
Yeah. That's not allowed. It has to deal too. Okay. Well, all right. Well, we at least get that land this time. Also going to draw Kroxa. So it's between Channeler and Kroxa. I think we should, whatever we do, main phase the fetch, so we don't just give them Spectacle.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's start there. And then it's probably still Channeler at this stage, right?
I think so.
It blocks, and if we untap with it, as you mentioned, there are some pretty good use cases.
You only have to... The Darcy is only an automatic attack on Delirium. I mean, I think we're fine attacking there.
I chose to attack there. I thought that was the play, but I didn't ask you about it.
No, I think it's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sucks. 2 Goblin Guides, 2 Prismatic Endings is a pretty good curve out from OP.
It's pretty rough.
Okay, we're drawing a Bolt, which is fine.
That's fine. Crux of Bolt turns on Delirium.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Right?
Oh,
And now it's
yeah,
dead.
but now it's dead, exactly. Alright, so now it's just like Croxa, Bolt the Goblin Guide, try to win
The other one would be
Lurrus into.
Voidwalker,
Okay.
Voidwalker Bolt the Goblin Guide. Then you have access to it. They only have one card in hand.
They have 2 in hand, but that's still a really interesting line. Let's think about that. So if we Voidwalker, Bolt the Guide, we're giving up the chance for another free draw off of their guide, and we're potentially getting them out of flood, you know, like maybe if we think that them flooding is one of our best options to win, then we should do the Croxa pass holding up Bolt line. But
I think that makes most sense because we can always just bolt the Goblin Guide once the trigger's on the stack.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But the Voidwalker line is really interesting. It's just like you pointed out, we side one out, we draw 2 right away. 2 in the opener, I think it was. Anyway.
It's a good discard.
Yep, we'll take that for sure.
Yeah.
Boy. Just a tough matchup, I think, and they're curving out pretty ruthlessly. Yeah, Rift Bolt too. Alright. Alright, well, we can get... Yeah, it's just such a shame that we're going to be so low after, but...
We go to, 7 and 4?
4, yep. I guess we leave... I don't know what we leave. Maybe Pyrite Spellbomb or DRC, one of the 2.
I think I'll leave Spellbomb since it kills everything in their deck.
Sounds good.
And your DRC is not going to have Delirium.
Yep, true.
Alright.
Alright, but you know, if they can... I was just going to say, they're going to take 2 off of this, or 2 off of the Rift Bolt. They put Lurrus into hand, they can protect themselves from the Croxa damage trigger.
Yep.
Yep. Deck. Okay.
They don't have anything to rebuy with Lurrus, so like it's not, hugely terrifying.
No. Well,
I think we can just go get ours.
Yeah. Yeah, we just get ours and then we kind of have to pass, right?
Yeah, we can't get 2 voluntarily. We can avoid it.
Oh, man. Okay.
I mean, it's fun, so it feels like they're probably 100% to draw Burrow Charm here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the problem is we can't actually even get the Spellbomb in play without dying.
Right. I'm racking my brain trying to think of like a line that gets us there, because they can just keep their hand full so they're not at risk of dying to, Croxa triggers and then like end step burn spells, and I think we're basically locked out because we don't have anything in our deck to draw that doesn't get got by this Eidolon trigger.
Well, I mean, yeah, we know they have a Lurrus in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Monkey, you're too late.
Too late indeed.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
I think we're
attack
locked
and they screw up.
Yeah, I think that's our only option here.
I have to pitch the Lurrus and block for some weird reason.
Okay, yeah, let's see if they block. So close yet so far.
No.
GG's well played, though. But yeah, Burn, definitely one we wanted to fade. I think a tough matchup no matter what, and we are...
It's a tight one.
Yeah, we're not really, super teched for it, so... Oh well, on we go. To round 4. Okay, well, we cannot complain about most of our opening hands. This one just a tad land heavy, but still a really solid keep in the blind. And
Have we mulliganed a single time?
no, we have not. And the opponents have been mulling more than us, so we can't complain about that. We're also not against a companion for the first time this league. Do you like leading on Ragavan in the blind here?
We're gonna play. Yeah, because you just don't want to have to tie your mana up over and over again, dashing it.
Yes.
But you want it in play, you know? Like, the other line would be to Inquisition, clear the way and try and dash with it. But, you know, if they have 2 removal spells, it's just kind of a dead play doing that.
Right. I think either way is viable. I like taking the bold approach in the blind, but we're against a Lava Dart deck, so... And we draw land, so not really getting rewarded. However... Let's see.
So do we just want to play the Catacombs here and try and thin a little?
We could, definitely. Take the Manamorphose here, try to strand the entities. Is that the idea?
If we have to.
If we play Catacombs, we cannot cleanly bolts, so maybe we just run out Cliffs, and then next turn we'll get like a swamp off Catacombs and put Lurrus into hand if we brick again.
No land. No land.
No land. Oh, come on. Come on.
And that is a risky 1-lane keep there.
Yep.
Like, you got 2 5s in hand and only 1 way to cast them.
Ooh, nice draw.
Yep. So they have... Alright.
Just 2 entities, so we just discard shock, right?
With a creature already in the graveyard.
Yep.
Yep. Alright. At 19 with Izzet Blitz having 1 card in hand.
Seems good. We could buy Ragavan back too, but I think we're supposed to discard them, especially with Lurrus waiting to be brought into hand.
Yeah, Graven's probably... I don't think they're going to let us hit with it. I think they could go down to 1 land before they...
Yeah, probably. Which would be good for us in another way, but I do hear you.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh no, what a top deck. Here comes the rebuild. I was wondering if they'd be pressed into a desperate situation, but that is pretty good. So they found 2 canals, right? They play 1, exile 1, or...
Did it show us what card went into hand?
We don't get to see what goes into hand with that card.
Yeah. So we don't. 1 unknown plus
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they played the exiled one. Got it. All right, well, we're flooding. Now, of course, they have free reign to get this entity down. Or just keep chaining iterations. Man. That card, like, put this version of the deck over the top for me.
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah. Like, it feels like they don't have... Like, your disruption is not that rewarded anymore. Anyway, they go top with Entity, which is terrifying. We draw more lands. Man, oh man. Okay, I guess we can just hope they don't have kill spells here. Which is obviously pretty futile. We know they can at least Lava Dart the Ragavan to kind of keep us from going crazy while they race us. My god.
Well, 2 turns ago, they had 1 card in hand.
Exactly. 1 5-drop in hand and 2 lands. now they have every single thing. Oh, boy.
I mean, us drawing, 1 spell this game didn't help, but even with that, we, like...
Yeah. Oh, they had found another Lava Dart, too. Their curve out I'm pretty confident could literally not be better. I think we might literally be dead. We're probably functionally dead, but let's just see one more draw step potentially, I guess. But they have 2 darts to put us to 11, and they're going to swing for... I mean, we can chump at least, but...
8.
Yeah, but that'd be for 8. So if we let this through...
we go 2?
Yeah, we go to 3, I think. We're dead to any burn spell. I think we just let it go through anyway, though.
Yeah, we're in such bad shape at this point.
Yeah.
I think we got to play for the high upside line.
Yep, exactly.
Because, like, Unholy Heat off the top can kill Stormwing.
Yeah, we got to draw a kill spell. That'll also grow Channeler, and then they brick forever. That's the plan.
The Channeler turns sideways at that point.
Yeah. Alright, we're not dead. Or are we? Let's look at the top of our deck. Pretty dead.
So K-Command into Lurrus, picking up a Lurrus here might not be the worst thing, too.
Right, yeah, so we gotta spin the Thought Seize away.
Yeah, we have to spin.
Okay. Dead on board.
Well, because the DRC would be delirious, so it could technically chump.
Okay.
And then
Good
delirious land. Yeah, it is. I mean, again, they have to completely brick, but
yep,
it does keep us alive for a turn.
Right, you are. I'm gonna save that Cairns for if we get another turn to spin away.
Catchables.
Yep. Oh!
Wow.
Fascinating. All right. All right, I guess we got to tap our 4/4 to find anything to do.
See, the problem is we just have to run it into the Stormwing. All right, there's another one. So if they have a spell, they're just going to eat our DRC here.
So with that in mind, do we stay back with both?
We can't. It has to attack.
Oh, you're right.
It has delirium.
You are right. Yeah.
I mean, I guess the hope is they don't have a spell to just eat it here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're still dead to the same scenario as last turn, but
can you imagine? Can you imagine if they flood and we steal this one? Let's go. Come on. Big draw. Tourach. Not really a big draw.
I think we gotta pitch it. I mean, maybe not pitch it. Pitch the Cairns.
Might as well pitch the Cairns, right? Like, yeah, might as well pitch the Cairns.
Shit.
So we're dead.
Yeah, we're dead.
Unless we can scare them into blocking. That is the silliest thing I've seen in a minute.
If they block, we do have first strike. We can actually kill the Stormwing here.
We can only target legendary creatures.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. And there's also like a 0% chance that they block.
Yep. Some preposterous flood. I've been having a lot of fun, Will, post MH2, genuinely, but I'm on a blacklisted streak of variants. Like, stuff like that's happened in every league. I don't know what I've got to do. Mirabito told me I forgot to sign up for MTGO Premium. Maybe that's it. Maybe I need to re-up my subscription.
That was what, like 15 lands or something like that? In the top
was
third?
Something horrifying like that, yeah.
It's funny the sideboard cards we brought in. This entire league have been the exact same ones every matchup.
Pretty much, yeah. It is funny. We're certainly getting one half of the meta.
Yeah, for sure. The aggressive half.
Yeah, for real. I almost want to consider that same burn split that we did taking out a
Yep.
couple, one of each of those. Definitely need to terminate the EEs. I guess Spellbomb's probably the next best one. Pyrite Spellbomb, that is.
Yeah.
How do you rate, like, Thoughtseize number 1 versus, like, a Nihil Spellbomb versus a Feed the Swarm? These cards are kind of all borderline to me. K-Command's not the greatest here either, but might be better than the above. And then we could, like, put these into contention as well.
You know, the Thoughtseize and the Feed the Swarm are both like addressing the same concern of Stormwing.
You're right.
Definitely some thought having. I would go 3 Inquisition, leave 1 Thoughtseize, and keep a Feed the Swarm.
Okay, I can respect that call for sure.
And then we need to trim 1 of this group.
Yeah.
So if we trim a creature, we're going out to 15, which is pretty thin. I could see dropping 1 of these K commands because it's just, very unlikely to kill stuff a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, if we were going to keep it, it'd be better on the play to try to keep it, but I still do agree. All right, I think I can run like this.
The deck is just like, it's a mid-range deck. It's not controlling enough to run a super low creature count. It needs something on board, is why I'm always like super
Yeah,
trying to make sure I have like at least enough creatures.
that's a really fair concern. I appreciate you keeping an eye on our creature count, and we got to go down to 6, unfortunately, but this is a pretty good 6, I guess.
6. It's decent. Not exactly the
Um,
hand we put together for this matchup, but
no, certainly. I almost want to bottom Voidwalker here and go for an early Croxa.
that just doesn't actually do anything in this matchup, really.
Sadly, it does kind of feel that that's the case sometimes. OP using our own tech against us. Mishra's Bauble. Actually seems like a good draw here. So I think we're probably supposed to grab Swamp just to get the Croxa going as early as possible.
Agreed.
Croxa, you are our only hope. MVP of the league so far.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've had a lot of debate on the Discord about Unholy Heat and whether it's, whether we should be playing it over Fatal Push. And I don't think we've drawn it a single time.
You're right. When you put it that way, it's like, well, hard to say. Hard to say.
Yeah. So despite me having advocated for it pretty firmly, since it came out, I have not got to actually do anything with it. Gross.
Yeah, right? That is pretty rough. Okay. Oh, whoops. They do still have a Islet in hand, right? Anyway. Okay. Okay. Still not quite enough to answer this thing, but... So one line is to lead on Spellbomb.
Yep.
Trying to draw bolts. Or Unholy Heat won't be delirious, so probably exactly bolt.
Yeah, if K command had been heat, we could have positioned and heated.
You're right. So yeah, do you like Kraken Spellbomb first?
Yeah.
Okay. Inquisition as a floor for the turn is just fine if we're able to escape Croxa on curve next turn. Which we are now. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Croxa versus Entity. Wow. Expressive Iteration or Metamorphose. Probably the Iteration, right?
It's too much selection.
Yep.
Like Metamorphose without anything else, just cantrips for free, which is terrible for us, but
Yep, which is really good, but yeah, not as good as iteration, right?
yeah, I mean, the sprites stuck in their hand for right now. So
Yeah.
when fired with their own Stormwind, which I mean they could do and it would live.
Yeah. Oh my god,
um,
Max punished. Bro, blacklisted, we're blacklisted. Very frustrating.
this Croxus still has the ability to erase them.
You're right, absolutely. But like
Yes, we just-
with our curve out, I'd want to be feeling favored right now, not like, maybe we could still get there. But I hear you. Okay, Croxa, like we have said, you are our only hope. We gotta get rid of all of the good stuff here.
Yeah, they pitch the Abrade here or their one other card. They don't like have the density of spells to just kill us next turn, hopefully.
Hopefully. Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
god, exactly lethal. All right.
That is insane.
That is
That's
insane.
gross.
Nothing we can do about this. Okay. So they turn for us through. Let's review. A Croxa discard, a Nihil Spellbomb, an Inquisition of Kozilek, and they had to point a removal spell at the board, and we took no damage off of our lands, and they still turn for us.
Yep.
Well, that about sums it up. So I don't think we could have done anything differently, my friend, but we're on the downslide. We're on the downslide against these red decks. Looks like we could have done with a couple of brutalities in the sideboard, but isn't that always how it goes? And we're still playing for the nice, solid 3-2. Let's go get that in round 5. Let's go. All right, we're against a Yorion deck. We're keeping, hoping that our depletion gets us there. They're going to mull. And what is your opinion of the most likely Yorion deck right now? Is it Niv?
Yeah, I think Nev.
Yeah.
And then maybe
Oh, Ether Vial off Stomping Ground. That's fascinating. Okay.
version of taxes, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're actually even still playing Yoria now.
I don't know, especially in those
Butterface
colors,
was
but
advocating for it.
yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, not in red green.
Alright, they're not going to give us an Unholy Heat target main phase. So, okay, Inquisition. We probably just still go Croxa. Well, you think we Inquisition?
I think we'll just play the cards, huh?
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, because Croxa lets us be mana efficient. It lets us go Tourach into Inquisition next turn, potentially. On the other hand, Inquisition could, like, almost whiff by next turn, whereas we could catch a 3-drop right now with it and still hold up Unholy Heat. So I think there is some decision-making here, but...
All right, so... Yeah, I kind of like that, because with them playing Vial, you've got to assume they've got some small creatures that he can kill.
Yeah, so maybe we do Inquisition, and then, next turn it... K commanding the Vial could be live. We'll get info about whether that's good or not, so... Yeah, I think we've kind of talked ourselves into this play. Okay.
Yes. Can we have Bird? Giver, sure. Great target.
Yep. Apparition, Hierarch, and Glasspool Mimic. This is
What is...
part of a combo, I assume. Also a modal land/spell.
So...
I almost want to take that.
Take the Mimic, yeah.
You want to take Mimic too?
Yeah, because right now they can't even cast the Apparition.
Right, and nothing to cast
They
it
can
on
blow up the
either.
wall.
And you just want to take care of the Giver right now too?
Yeah, keep that.
Because they're probably an Ephemerate deck or something, so...
Yeah, I mean, next turn we can force discard 2 different ways here.
Yeah. It's really
And
interesting
blow
that they didn't play one of these 1-drops last turn.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure they were reading us for removal, but they also did get punished for it, kind of. Or maybe not. Maybe not if they draw another 1-drop. Okay, there's fetching main phase. Got it. So now we can K-command their board.
Yeah.
And we've got Ragavan. Oh my goodness. Still probably K-command the board though, right?
Board. Yeah, the Inquisition play paid off because it forced their one drops into play.
Absolutely. Wow, feels good, man.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So we can Tourach them into being empty-handed. We can also dash Ragavan and then play Kroxa. We could also get Dauthi Voidwalker involved. So many good plays. I almost want to just Tourach while it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, clear the hand.
Tourach's been pretty good this league, man.
And I think the 2 of is the right number.
Me too. We get Imperial Recruiter, nice. And they draw a brick. They can put Yorion into hand. Kroxa will take care of that. But they don't. Okay.
They know he's coming.
Yeah, I guess so. They sense it. All right.
So we can
dash Ragavan and take it from there.
I don't think we even want to. Do we just want to play our hand out? We can do it.
If we wanted to play our hand out, I would say, like, if we wanted to play the Kroxa, I would say that we play our hand out, including Ragavan. I'm not sure that we want to play the Kroxa. I think maybe saving it for Yorion's okay. So if we dash Ragavan, we can then, like, put Lurrus into hand or play Voidwalker, depending on what we see from them.
Yeah.
And maybe we draw a chump block out. Yeah.
Well,
so, cool.
Well, do you have Shinka? Because if you do, they can't chump block. You can just give it fear if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we can give Ragavan fear off Shizo. Let's do that, dude. That's hype. Then we're committing to playing Dauthi Voidwalker, but I think that's still good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch.
Fear OP. Oh, man. And they scooped to that. Thumbnail moment for Shizo, Death Storehouse, potentially. That was pretty cool. Good call on that. So we're against... Yeah, man, I love the addition of these lands. I think they're spectacular in this particular build. So... they're an 80-card deck. There are many different colors as well. Hard to say exactly what all like could get hit by Shattering Spree. They could, for example, play Stoneforge Mystic, and then this gets a lot better than if they're just on Vial. But we probably, in my opinion, just play these 5 kill spells and try to win that way and then see what else they've got.
I can agree with that.
All right.
I think they probably are on Stoneforge, but like until we see it, it's hard to kind of, put in a card that's almost dead otherwise.
Agreed completely. Yeah, so I like trimming discard, maybe like that. Leave a Lone Thought Season for Yorion and whatever else, and then we got 2 more cuts to make. Possibly Dauthi Voidwalker is not the most impactful.
If I don't want to trim things, I regularly just cut 1 bobble. Like if I have stuff I don't want to take out.
Sure, let's do that as the final cut. I think that's totally good.
You really only need 1.
You're right.
To shoot up.
Yeah, good observation.
Hey, Liam. You got my shorts off that bathroom wall.
Looks like a sweet keep to me. We're not able to turn 1 Thoughtseize, but the hand's awesome.
It's fun. We can get Darcy, Ragavan, Thoughtseize.
Yep, seems good.
A lot of pressure on quickly.
Burrington Forge Tender. Oh, and we draw a Bauble to make the turn 1 Darcy. Great. All right. We want that 3rd land, right?
I want that. A lot of times I'll aggressively put them in the graveyard because you're gonna find them. When you have a DRC in play and you're filtering, but I think we got too much upside to take that one.
I agree. Yeah, I haven't played DRC. I think I've played it once before this league, but I agree that on average we'll be just like trusting our deck and binning it more aggressively than maybe we have here. I think we've seen. Oh God,
Yeah. Gross.
that sucks.
We have all the answers in there. So,
Yep, we do.
I mean, we're in trouble until we find them. But
No doubt. So the bauble stays in the bin.
yeah, everything else will go there. I think we just run out Magmatic Channeler here, though.
Yeah, you don't want to go Thoughtseize Ragavan.
You're not gonna get through with it, so it's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, you're right about Ragavan. I'm more concerned about like thought seizing something else impactful. But Channeler is the more proactive and optimistic play. It is just rough to like be leaning on Channeler for value when we're not getting value out of pitching anything. But like,
I
if
think we
they,
too badly need the
yeah,
hate pieces.
sure, I can accept that. We do also get some selection at this turn if we thought seize though.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I think it's pretty close, but your call. If you still like the channeler a little bit more, I think I can accept that.
Let's go with yours.
Okay,
Because we'll get some selection.
sounds good. So we filter this way, and we can even actually. No, we can't unholy heat anything. Never mind. Never mind. Pro red OP.
Not any of those.
Yep.
Pyrite Spellbomb. I'd been this thing.
Yep. Another pro red core firewalkers, Wall of Omens, Soulherder, firewalker or
No, I think with us looking for E, maybe it just makes sense to take the. Well, they don't actually have anything they're getting value of off of.
right, except Wall of Omens. Soulherder dying to Unholy Heat unless they set up a giver. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to take here, to be honest.
Giver basically gives them like 3 protection layers.
We could take Giver because then, like, we're definitely EEing on 2.
Yeah.
Because they play into it a little bit more, and then we don't with Ragavan. So, all right, let's take Giver, I guess, but
Doesn't feel good.
no. I almost wanted to take the Wall of Omens, too, just to prevent a draw, but
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That's risky.
makes sense if they're going to go Firewalker. Or Wall, honestly. But they go Firewalker, fair. Okay, I wonder if, like, I know we're putting off Channeler more and more, but I wonder if putting Lurrus into hand to start looping Bauble is our best path right now.
You're only seeing, what, 1 extra card that way?
No, Bauble will stay in the graveyard even after we
Yeah.
keep
I just
looping
mean,
it.
like, you'll see 1 extra every turn.
Yeah, 1 extra every turn, which I think is pretty great. But I'm listening. You know, if you want to make a case for Channeler here.
Yeah, I mean, I just think we need it so badly that seeing 2 extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's selection over advantage here, basically, is your thinking. I can accept that.
Because yeah, like one extra isn't doing anything until we find a way to kill these.
Right.
And we're in a spot where if we find them, we're just gonna kind of explode.
Yeah.
Boy.
Nice. No third land from them is big. All right. Come on, we got 3 looks at an EE. Let's get it. No, but there's a lightning bolt. So, do we give up the ghost with a Croxa here? Is that what we spin away?
I think I would spin the heat because until we answer it. It's just not going to have delirium.
Okay, I can accept that too.
You-
Terminate or Inquisition. Probably Inquisition.
Yeah, it's
Put
gonna
Lurrus
be
into hand.
Yep.
It's not the worst.
Now we can start doing both.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ooh. Maybe we should top this and just like, I mean, we're still losing to their
it's
hate
pro-white.
pieces, but it is pro-white, yeah. All right, I think we top. Okay. Magus of the Moon, fascinating. Imperial Recruiter, Soulherder, Cauldron Complete. What a strange hand. I
You
think
gotta take
we
Magus.
do we because we have a swamp in hand.
Yeah, but we can't kick.
Yeah,
I think we
that's
want to kick this.
true.
Like they can't
They
cast.
they have to draw a red land to cast it though, and then they're locking themselves out of some colors too.
Yeah. I think our best chance to get here in this game is getting this, getting it kicked,
Okay, we'll take Magus then.
hoping that it pitches like Cauldron and Soulherder. The pro white's huge here.
Yeah, that just means the Sanctifier can keep clocking us through that, but otherwise, yeah, otherwise it is so good. Oh my god, how many pro black and red cards can you play? This is just obscene.
Too.
Yeah, okay.
Do we want to maybe spin first, see if we can find any?
Okay, that's fair. Now we
Just
spin
such a
Croaks.
blowout. Yeah, I
Or-
guess.
I guess so,
Yeah.
yeah. Come on, EE. Come on. One time. Imagine the scenes when we find an EE and the crowd goes wild. Come
It's
on.
going to be a huge blowout.
Sure is.
If they let us look.
We're very far behind on the clock. That's my fault. Apologies for that, everybody. But we have a lot of decisions to make this time around. We're gonna get there eventually. We're gonna find these cards. I have to hope, have to presume. Well, maybe not. That is so bad.
Just let them just go. I mean,
Do we have to click one, right?
yeah, we have to take one.
But yeah, we're just
I think
gonna
we
do the
just
Tourach
pick.
thing. We got Complete and Soulherder.
Perfect.
Yep. I'm a little worried about Imperial Recruiter going to get yet another pro red eventually, but ooh, this Firewalker attack is bad.
Yes, it
But
is.
if they attack with Forge Tender too, they're just squeezing another point of damage across. So they should attack with everything besides wall, or yeah, they should attack with Auric Champion too if they're doing this attack, right? I don't know if we're missing something, but that's the block, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless we're missing some.
Okay, seems good. Tourach OP.
Come on.
Okay, so spin away the swamp here.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Take the Shizo. They can start letting us through.
yeah, Shizo's actually kind of good. So Shizo
I mean,
Well,
we could go Lurrus, Bobble, attack for attack with Tourach or Ragavan as an option.
yeah, so I think we start with Ragavan attack if we're going to do that, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
All right. K command. Bennett.
Yeah, he just doesn't do anything for us.
Yeah. Eternal Witness. Still no third land for OP.
Yeah, fine.
Mm-hmm.
If we find it, we're gonna win this game.
Yeah, we are.
We don't have long.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Just EEN2, right?
EM2, you can get rid of the you can bolt the oh no, wait, never mind, not the Forge Tender. You can feed the Swarm the Forge Tender.
Yep.
And we're swinging for a lot.
Sure are. There it is. Yeah. There it is. Nicely done, my friend.
Very nice.
Well, there we go, Will. A little bit of a downslide brought upon by the red deck. Some, careful navigating. Some might call it careful navigating. Some might call it me slow playing in the final round to get over the line. But all that digging got us there. That was a hype moment for EE. I think EE deserves the thumbnail treatment for that one. Tourach was awesome, Kroxa great, and maybe a cheeky Shizo inclusion on the thumbnail, but lots and lots to like here. Even though we got stopped in our tracks in our charge through the ranks here by the red decks in rounds 3 and 4, so take it away, Will. What are you thinking, about the matches, about the list, having seen these 5 matches? What do you want to say?
Seeing the red decks is actually, to me, it's better than seeing them with some other mashups that are harder to address. Like there are cards that we can bring, in the side that help here.
Yeah.
Cobra. You asked earlier about the worst matchups. Easily, the worst one is Enchantress.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and you just don't have a good way to interact with them.
Right.
So like seeing the issue being with red decks is better in my opinion than with some other decks where you're just like I can't address this,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, felt good. The last game, seeing Darcy with Lurrus with Magmatic Channeler, just letting us look at so many cards was huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this card was really good here overall. She died a lot, but despite that was very good. Often getting value turn 1. We had probably 3 times where we went Darcy into Bobble T1, and that by itself was pretty great way to kick things off.
Right.
Yeah, very cool stuff, man. So, like you said, people are prepared for this. I think that Yorion deck at the end was all the evidence you need. They went, let's review that. They went turn 1 Forge Tender, turn 2 Sanctifier, and then they also had Core Firewalker in hand for turn 3, although I don't remember if they played it turn 3.
Yeah, I think they played it on 4.
Yeah.
After a wall.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, granted, we got a little lucky in that particular one that they got, stuck on 2 lands, and eventually we found our EE, but just goes to show you that, obviously there's a lot of hate out there for this deck. So I think we did well here to pack a respectable amount of answers to such things that also are very fine cards in their own right, especially EE, quite a powerful one. We didn't get to use this half of the sideboard, right? Like if
Single
we side these over here, these 7 cards never came in. And that's a shame because that happened on my recent Jund play as well, where we dedicated a lot of respect to kind of that half of the meta that encompasses artifact decks and big mana. You could simplify and say Urza Saga decks, and then a lot of the, Cascade style cards. These can be some matchups we absolutely need lots of sideboard cards for, right? But we run into the other half, and running into the other half though makes for some good gameplay. We don't lack for things to do there too, but if we had known what we were going to face, a couple of these were a couple co-brews, who knows where we'd be sitting right now. But it was awesome, dude. I think we navigated well, saw some really cool lines, and put up a good showing through the variety of strong progressions, hate cards, you name it. Opponents threw a lot at us today, and we came out pretty well with a solid result. So thank you, Will, very much for joining me here today. Thanks to all their Patreon supporters. Anything you'd like to try to work into the list next time you run it back on the evidence of this, or any other ideas you got kicking around?
So what I'm thinking is, I know Spike has these 2 cards for Cascade. For a more competitive setting. I think if you're playing leagues, you might be better, playing some sort of life game, Cobra probably. You're just more likely to see more red leagues than you are a bunch of Cascade.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
So, I mean, that's certainly I might look at giving a shot and just kind of saying, I'm not going to win this matchup if I see it in the league.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot to like about that. The meta is forming, but it is still so broad that a mid-range deck really can probably gain more percentage points from focusing a little bit more rather than trying to cover all the bases in a situation like this. So I really like that call. I think the main deck threat suite looked awesome here. To me, there's probably the biggest question mark over Tourach overall, but the card was incredibly put in a shift today. No question about it. So many times we just depleted the opponent exactly as we predicted in the opener, right? With this configuration, the hand attack is off the charts. So yeah, it was awesome, dude. Had a lot of fun. Always love playing some Rakdos, and next time we'll get a little bit luckier against the red decks and maybe be a little bit more prepared as well. But thanks again for joining. Thank you out there for watching. Let us know what you're up to these days, if you're on a monkey mid-range list, if you're playing some Rakdos, Lurrus, or anything like that. Share your insights in the comments below. Let us know what you think of the content, and I will see you soon for more gameplay. Take care. Talk to you soon.